Listen! Sir Venom!
You find yourselves on the road to Saint Ranger, having battled away hordes of rats and ghosts that had followed you from the Phantom Lakes. You're battered and bruised, tired and dirty, and several days away from the beginning of your trek into the land called Rishemalot. During this time, you've traveled from Mortigny towards the city of Saint Roger, and you went to the Temator estate. It was there that you learned that the Order of the Gauntlet has been somewhere in the country, that the Order was at Temator estate once upon a time, and you learned this through the empty and scattered remains of a journal from their commander, Lord Kargoth. You also learned that their powers sound somewhat diminished. At this moment, you continue to head north in search of them. Well, you are traveling with Rictavio, or Rudolf van Richten, as he is more formally known, as well as the friend that he brought out of Barovia with him, Casimir Velikov. As you awake fully refreshed and rested, you find yourselves looking upon once more a beautiful day, the gardens and the valley that is Rishemalot spread out before you. And I'll switch us over to a map just so you can see where you are at this point in time. What would you like to do?
I think they changed something in D&D Beyond.
What's different?
FYI. Oh, never mind. The game log icon is just different. I'm just done.
Gotcha. I was like, uh-oh. I don't think they
That's
should have
it?
swapped your spells and stuff yet.
Well, I don't know. They must have added something because there's a launch game button next to the game log icon now.
Oh, you know what?
I don't remember that being there before.
Is it the launch maps thing?
I think so. I think it's like you can basically do Owlbear within D&D Beyond now is what I'm assuming is what's going on.
That's exactly right. And I've not set up anything in there just because it's just a lot of work.
Yeah, you got everything already set up in Owlbear, so what's the point?
Yeah.
So what would we like to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, gotta keep a close eye on Rudolph. I know that.
I mean, are we all healed up, or we need to long rest?
I think we just did a
Which
long
probably
rest.
I'm messed up.
We already did a long rest. We just did one.
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't click the button though.
Well, that's what I'm asking, if I should click the button now or if I'm actually at 42 HP.
No, yeah, you should definitely click the button. I will say, actually, no, because they interrupted your rest in the middle of the night, didn't they?
I think so.
You can take
Now
a
we
short.
need a long rest.
Yeah, you can take a short rest if you so wish, or you can rest until midday to get a full long rest.
I think I'm basically out of my short rest dies from last time, so I'd probably, I only
Take
got
a long
4.
rest.
Yeah, I need the long one.
Okay. So we're going to start you off at roughly midday then to obtain that long rest. What I will say is that some of you will probably stir around dawn or, early morning, 6, 7, 8 in the morning. Seems that Sir Venom is sleeping deeply. And after you all finally rise somewhere towards midday, you notice that he has not stirred.
We check on him. Like suspiciously didn't stir.
I mean, he appears to be breathing and sleeping from a distance.
Alright, he's fine then.
Something tells me we're not going to wake him up.
What's up with him? Riku says to the group.
Must just be tired from studying those books.
Which
Something like
books?
that.
I'm just in general. He was always talking about. He always wants his books.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah. So last time I remember, because Rictavio was like being weird with that evil book, right?
You did notice him, you in particular, Axel, I believe, you noticed him reading the book some point overnight.
Yeah, and then I told Riku about it.
Yeah, during our long rest.
And what
I'm
else?
pretty sure
did
we've
we
like confronted him like
find?
once or twice about the book having control on him, and he said he's okay, and we've kind of okayed it.
We got all that.
And,
Yeah.
And what's his face? The his other companion said he'd kill him if something were to happen, if like you were to lose control.
Casimir? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got that paper that papers that we found in the place that we just
Yeah, we
were.
found clues at our last stop, right?
I have written
That is
down
right.
that Jacqueline Rainier, and it says bad.
Yeah, and you can all remember, or you can all read what they say again, but it's effectively that there's reports of strange emanations of power coming from Fox Estate, or I think it was Fiox Estate. Be wary of Jacqueline Renier, the so-called ruler of the land. Avoid direct confrontation if possible. Their divine powers seem significantly diminished. Lord Andromancis is keeping them fed with creating food and water spell. And that they were headed for Ponta Muse, which is the city in the north. Leaving the land seems impossible, if not, or sorry, difficult, if not impossible.
So one more question. The rat plague that happened. Did we maybe get a beat on about what time in the day that occurs so that we can be ready for next time?
Oh, the enormous swarm that sort of comes through. Yeah, go ahead
Yes.
and make a history check.
And do we remember if they always come like north to south or then south to north, or is it always the same, or how do they go? They go back and forth.
Roll a
Do we remember?
survival check, actually, Vincent.
I got a critical on the history check.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good. You know that the first time it happened at 3 p.m., and the second time it happened, by your estimation, it probably happened at 3 a.m.
22.
So
All right.
Riku would
Rough.
say, looks like they're on a 12-hour cycle, boys.
And
Every
Vincent,
day at 3.
it
Vincent
appears they
add.
go north to south and then south to north.
Ah.
Yeah, they're going to and from. So, and what was where did
I think
the
they
last
ended
time they
north.
just came?
Or ended, I forget. It's a 50-50.
Yeah, right. So,
At
do
any
you
rate,
remember which one?
I'm not sure the direction matters as much as we just got to be ready for, at 3 p.m., 3 a.m. every day for the plague.
Okay. So we could go off road.
You want to get off the road?
Well, we do have this forest next to us, and that's got a river next to it. So we just, if we wanted to, the road, seems like a busy road. People just coming and going, and
You're saying you want to just like go in like a straight line this way?
No, I think our next destination would be, I feel like Saint Rouge, Rongus.
Yeah, Saint Rouge or whatever.
Rongus, Saint Rongus. However you say that in French.
Rudolph Van Richten cuts in and he goes, Saint Roger.
Saint Ronge. Yeah, I feel like because that's like
Ronges.
is that a town? That's got to be a town.
Yeah, he pipes up again and he's like, my understanding is that Montagny is one of the nicer of the three cities. Saint Roger is run down, industrial. Pont-à-Musée is the capital, and it's said to be beautiful, though obviously, it's only been about 2.5, 10 days. And he sort of glances at Casimir, who nods. Yeah, 2.5, 10 days since we arrived here.
Okay. I mean, we can just go by the road. It doesn't matter, but I was just thinking
Okay.
more like, yeah.
So how long do we reckon until the next 3?
The next 3, what?
How do
AM
you
or PM?
How are you going to tell time?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, make a survival check, actually. If you don't have a watch on you of some sort, make a survival check for that.
I don't believe I do, so
I mean, you're able to discern using, fists or hand width on the horizon and the sun, based on what you've seen over the last few days. By your estimation, you're roughly 3 to 4 hours out from that time frame.
Yeah, you see Riku squint and look at the sun, placing his thumb up in the air, and then says, "Next plague will be in about 3 hours, boys. We'll be ready."
Make a history check as you say that, Riku.
Okay. 16.
Just as a reminder, the rats have only come basically once in both directions, I believe. And it's only been over the past day, roughly.
Okay.
So they didn't do it the first day of travel. They didn't do it when you were in Montagny at all.
Oh,
It's only been that 24-hour time frame. It's not necessarily every day so far.
so we don't know how consistently it happens, but we know when it does happen, it's every 12 hours at 3, essentially.
From what you can tell, correct.
Okay. Well, Riku's like, well, we're not sure the other patterns here of like what days it happens, but at least we know when it happens. It's around 3, so we should just prepare ourselves every time the clock strikes 3, just in case.
Yes, the clock.
Yes, I mean the sun is when the sun is aligned in the sky.
As you're saying this, you notice that Sir Venom has still not moved.
So I have an idea. Can you? So you can order that. What's that thing you ride on, Riku, that flies?
My broom.
Yeah. Can you order that broom around?
I can, but doesn't he point at Sir Venom? Doesn't he have a giant fly in his pocket? Maybe we could just chuck him on the giant fly and have it follow us.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it was either that or your broom, whichever one you think will work.
Yeah, let me see. How does that fly work? Do we have
But
to be
also,
attuned to it?
we can't command. You can't tell that fly what.
What?
Can we just tell the fly what to do?
I was about to look it up. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
I actually don't know off the top of my head.
I'm gonna look at Sir Venom's inventory. I don't know why he's holding on to that. He should have just given that to Vincent.
What?
The flying mount he has. Right here. Ebony fly.
Giving me the fly.
I was saying
Sorry.
I thought it was
Oh.
strange that he didn't give it to you because he can already fly.
Yeah. I don't need it.
So if we put him on it, can he? Will it follow us?
Description now. The creature is friendly to you and your companions. It understands your languages and obeys your spoken commands. If you issue no commands, the creature defends itself, takes no other actions.
Okay. So we can bust out the fly, and just rope him on it.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I guess that's up to the DM. I'm not sure.
I'm just double checking it right now.
The only
It
catch is
becomes
that
friendly to you and your companions. Yeah, you can command it around.
all right, it lasts for 12 hours. It looks like, right?
Yes.
Until what, a long
Alright,
rest?
so that should be long enough for us
Or
to get through this day, probably
next
at the
dawn.
least.
All right.
At least to get to the next town, maybe or whatever.
I mean, this road's long.
All right, I guess we just bust out the fly and fucking strap Sir Venom to it. What's that movie with the dead guy?
Weekend at Bernie's?
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now with Sir Venom on the fly.
Okay.
Gotcha. I assume it's probably you, Axel, who picks him up to
Yeah.
put him onto the fly because he's heavy with all his armor and everything. As you do so, You look at his face, and his eyes are rolled back into his head. He has sort of like a slack-jawed look to him. He is clearly unconscious, somewhere beyond sleeping, but he is breathing. He seems okay, just not entirely with you.
All right. You want to talk to this thing here, Riku? Tell it what we want.
Riku?
Riku says, "Yes,
about the
of course,
fly?
of course I will." Yeah.
Sure. Riku goes up to flying. Bzz, 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 bzz.
I can speak your
Bzz,
language.
bzz,
You don't have
bzz.
to buzz that. It's
Oh.
insulting to the fly.
It does do the typical fly thing though, where it like cleans its face and stuff with its little arms. You load up Sir Venom.
Riku's just like, you stay close to us. Don't let him out of your sight. As we're loading up Sir Venom.
Understood. Begins to like buzz, sort of like 5 feet off the ground, just like hovering there.
Very nice. See, he's a good fly, good boy.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I'll follow and listen.
We'll find him a big pile of shit to eat on the way.
Oh God. Okay. Let's continue our journey.
Okay. You can continue northward at your normal pace. You've got a solution for Sir Venom, and he is not slowing you down at this point in time. By your estimation of the map, should take you about 8 hours. You believe maybe a little longer to get to San Ronger. So sometime after dark this evening. Would you
Okay.
like to simply?
Yeah. Why does it say the procession? Is that just like the name of the road, or?
It is. It's one of the two names of the road. The road actually has two names. There's this name, which seems to be more recent on any of the road signs that you pass. It's referred to as the procession. The other name that it's referred to would be, and let me just pull up this PDF and find it again. The other name that I've dropped for you is something in the older Rishemalese language. And you've heard it in their accents at different times. It is language. Where is this? Sorry, I got this PDF that's like really long. I've said it a few different times and I just can't remember it. Sorry. I'll find it later. It goes by another name, and it's like a French name, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, that is the main road there, Axel.
All right. Yeah. So we'll just travel down the road then to this, so we can get
Let us
to
journey.
Saint Ronger in 8 hours. You said.
Yes.
All right.
It's gonna be more like 10 to 12.
As long as it's 12 is our max we can travel with this fly situation. So
Okay.
that'll work.
Um,
Nothing bad will happen on our way there, surely.
Go ahead and just
Oh God, no.
go ahead and just roll a d20 each for me.
Aye, Captain.
Each.
Is
I don't
high
feel
is what's high or low good? What are we looking at here?
You never know.
comfortable.
7.
You just gotta roll.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Ooh, 4. Something happens with the 4?
Don't like
Yeah.
that reaction.
Okay, Riku, can you roll a 1d8, please?
The 4 horsemen of hell arrive on scene. A D8, you said?
Yep.
Alright. I don't think that's a thing.
Okay.
Another 4.
Your journey is actually relatively uneventful for the majority of it. You do pass a number of farms as you get closer and closer to Saint Ronger. About halfway along the journey, you look up, Riku, and you
Mhm.
do notice a black bird circling overhead. Go ahead and make a survival check.
See Riku squint and look up.
You instantly recognize it. It is a raven, and it is circling you. In particular, as you sort of follow its path and flight for a moment, do you think more than the rest of you, it seems to be circling above Sir Venom?
Riku's like, you see him kind of like look up, squint, put hand over head, look closely, and then, then kind of look, then kind of settle down, like relax, and then like look at you guys, and then thumb up above us and say, "Looks like we have a visitor," and points out the raven circling above.
Okay, what do you suppose this is all about? Should we like?
Riku points to our slumbering friend. I suspect something to do with him, or perhaps someone here has noticed our presence.
Okay.
And he looks to Vincent. He's like, perhaps someone who can help you change into what you want to be.
Vincent
Like
perks up.
he's hinting that could potentially be a person transformed into a raven above us.
Oh,
Yeah, Vincent looks up. So
Yeah, Riku's like, you may not want to shoot that one down.
does he want?
And as you continue on the journey, and you're saying this, within about an hour to an hour and a half along the journey, 3 more ravens join, and there are now 4 ravens circling overhead.
You think we should go try to talk to him? Riku's like pulling broom out of his
I
bag.
can try to speak with animals, I guess, and
All right, here. Riku throws his broom out and he's like, "Jump on."
okay.
So
How do
I'm gonna levitate the broom with Axel on it so he can go speak with the birds.
do I have to sit on it like a? How do you sit on
Whatever's
this thing?
comfortable for you, my friend, Riku says. However you can best balance.
All right, I'm going to grab onto it like it's monkey bars,
Okay.
and
He's gonna hang from it.
yeah, just hang from it.
All right, give me a strength check for that, please.
Just straight
Fucking
strength.
psycho.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no issues. And the broom begins to slowly levitate up. You see his little legs dangling as it goes up towards these ravens. They don't scatter, but they do sort of spread out a bit to make space for you, Axel. And as you get near, you
Yeah.
can see one flapping sort of in place to talk with you.
Hello there.
Hello.
What's up? Can't help notice you guys are kind of just hanging out.
Her Majesty has requested we follow this one's body.
Oh, you're talking about Sir Venom?
Indeed.
All right, yeah, he's in a deep sleep right now. So we're carrying him on a fly. He's very safe.
He is in a deep sleep. The Majesty is harvesting.
Huh?
whoa.
Like harvesting what?
Memories.
Like wheat? Oh, okay, his memories.
All the memories he's been collecting for her.
Okay. So you don't need him for anything. You're just you're just watching him.
Indeed. She appreciates the work he's been doing for her.
Okay.
Ask him about me.
Axel hears Vincent shout from the ground, telling him to ask him about. I have this friend, Vincent. He wants to be a bird. Can you guys make that happen?
We cannot. But we have heard of this one calling themselves a knight, and she is intrigued.
Yeah, he's got a sweet bow. I think I think it collects memories for your queen. So he's kind of been thinking that the more he does that, he'll maybe get put on the list.
His fervor and belief is not unnoted. She does wish for an audience at some point with him, though when that will be, we cannot say.
Oh, he will be very excited to hear that. All right. Well, you guys hungry? Maybe I can find you some bird food?
I mean, we eat the same as you,
Ah,
though I think in your case, you could keep your potatoes to yourself.
yeah, well, I wasn't going to give you any potatoes. I was going to maybe like some like grain or something. I don't know. Whatever. Bread. Uh, okay. Well, that's all. I think I got all the information I needed. I just kind of wondering. My arms are getting very tired. I should probably head back down to the ground. We're heading to Saint Rongier. So just let you know what our flight schedule is here.
We will keep a lookout.
Yeah.
We see no rats on the horizon.
Oh yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, guys, give us a squawk if you hear anything or see
Will
anything.
do.
Yeah. All right. Axel floats to the ground and tells the group, they're just watching. They're watching Sir Venom for their queen and Vincent. They're happy with what the work you've been doing.
He slaps Vincent on the shell and is like, "See, look, I
Yeah.
told you she'd notice."
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's reassuring.
"Do you wax this thing?" Riku says as he's like rubbing your shell.
No, haven't in a while.
Just waxing.
Oh.
Where's he gonna get
Ma-
wax?
Maybe I can help you out.
Question.
Riku like uses his mage hand and just like slaps him on the back with his mage hand.
Are you giving him a back rub?
I'm trying to help a dear friend. We've been on the road for a while, okay? There's nothing sexual here.
Where's my back rub?
Just gotta ask, friend.
All right.
How about I caress you with sound? Riku starts busts out
well,
of music and then starts singing.
Can you sing and walk at the same time? Because we're kind of on a tight
Yeah.
schedule here. All right.
You hear Rictavio telling Casimir Velikov of these like bathhouses that existed in Darkon that everyone would frequent. They're effectively like Turkish bathhouses by the sound of it.
What is that? What our antics are reminding him of?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fair.
All right.
That's fair.
How does he take it?
Riku just shrugs. Is like, boys will be boys.
All right. Let's get going.
Yeah, Riku's gonna try to lighten the mood with some song and dance as we journey here.
Yeah. And you do so. You pass farmers. You pass folk who are making their way into the city of Saint Roger, and eventually, night does fall. It's roughly between 7 and 8 p.m. You want to say, by the time that you reach the gates, yeah. By the time that you reach the gates, it's roughly like dusk, if not almost fully dark, and the gates are open, and you are allowed in if you so wish. Although the sight of a fly carrying what appears to be a body might be an odd one. So if you'd like to figure out how to enter the city,
Sure. We can put the fly back and then let me see. If I have any magic that can help us carry him without. I mean, I could just teleport him in there.
I feel like blatantly using magic. We don't know what kind of town this. We don't know if they'll be like, just call you a witch or something and try
Riku's
to
just
burn
struggling
you.
to hold him. He's like, this motherfucker's heavy with all this armor. Can you help? He like looks to
Yeah.
Axel.
I mean, I can carry him, or we
Here,
can.
how about this? Riku pulls out his broom. Is like, I'll drag him with this or something.
Look, how much does Sir Venom weigh? I mean, he's got that fancy armor. His armor probably weighs more than he does.
I just mean like I'm gonna like fashion a stretcher out of the broom, just like fucking flop his arms over it, and then just like have the broom follow me, like drag him along.
Okay.
okay, and you'll fly
I
him
don't wanna-
over.
I don't want to carry him at least.
Well, you
Yeah.
won't be carrying him. What are you worried about carrying him?
I just mean I don't want to put that burn on one of us. I suppose carrying him would bring less attention than dragging him with a broom. So I guess we'll carry him.
Yeah, I can just fireman's carry him to
All right.
an inn or something.
Yeah, we'll just say sleepy, needs some rest.
Okay. What I would say is, as you begin to walk through the city gates, you do notice several full-plated, armored individuals. Their faces not distinguishable beneath the helms. They sort of turn your way and then turn away. Appears that carrying a person in, a fireman carry style, is not uncommon. As you are walking through the streets, go ahead and give me a perception check, actually, everyone. Let's see. Vincent, we'll start with you. You see that people are scurrying about a bit, and it's in such a way that it appears like they've gone to the shop to get groceries later in the evening than maybe you would expect. The inns that you pass all say no vacancy. Their doors closed, sound emanating from them, and in fact, it appears that the bars are full, but every door holds the same message. No admittance. As you look around, and you hear this first, in particular, Axel, with your 17. You do hear one person down an alleyway coughing. First, it's a loud cough, but then there's just a few muffled coughs down said alleyway. You sort of see a pair of eyes looking at you from out of the alleyway, and they turn and run away down a second alley further at the back. As you continue further down the street with that 26 Riku, you can hear coughing in one of the houses off to your left. Again, another inn, tavern and inn combined. No admittance, no vacancy. The doors on this one are barred shut. As you pass another home, you see people giving furtive glances out of their windows as they pull the shutters closed from the street. And it's a nice night. It's a beautiful night. No reason to close your windows in this sort of weather. And as the sun has fully set on Saint Roger, you find yourselves wandering the streets, looking for a place to go. Eventually, you do come up to a tavern, and let me give you a tavern name here. You do come up to a tavern by the name of... the Grand Shanty, and you see that there's a bouncer. Actually, there's two bouncers, both with clubs in hand, and they look at you and they go, "Sorry, two only."
Riku's like, do you think maybe you can make an exception here? I know we can really, huddle together, squeeze in a small space. Wouldn't that be all right? He kind of just like tries to hand him a gold coin.
Make a persuasion check. You see the two bouncers glance at each other. And as they're about to, like, one of them reaches out and he's like about to take the gold coin. He's like looking around furtively. You hear marching footsteps of metal upon stone coming up from around the corner. And he looks and he glances over just as he's about to take the coin. And he pulls his hand back and goes, "Two only, sorry. We can't risk it."
Risk what? Riku says.
Law's the law. No more than a certain amount per square foot in any establishment. I think they're probably going to quarantine down the city.
What's going on?
They sort of glance at each other and then at the lot of you. We think there's about to be an outbreak.
Well, how about this? Our friend here, he signals to the one who's passed out, who Axel's carrying. He's like, he's a very good medicine man. If you see that he and the rest of us are, have a place to stay tonight, then I'm sure he would be able to heal any of you with any sort of plague that might come around. I can guarantee you that.
As you're saying this, the metal upon stone footsteps are gaining closer to your position, and around a corner, you see 3 casks Silencio, the armored, full-plated guards of the places of Rishemalot, marching towards you. And you see the 2 bouncers hear you and go, look, I'm sorry. If 2 of you wish to come in, you can do so. Otherwise, the rest of you will have to find someplace else. We can't risk it.
Riku looks to Rectavio and Rudolph and is like, you two, if you've had a long journey, go seek shelter. We'll figure this out on our own.
Sure, you don't want to.
And we'll meet up with you later.
What about
Rudolph,
Sir Venom?
Well, he's with us.
So we're just gonna carry him around still?
I suppose Rectavio can come with us, and we can send Sir Venom and what's his face in there.
Casimir.
Yeah.
make a perception check on Casimir. Or an insight check. Either one.
Perception or insight? Let me see. Perception it is.
He is significantly frailer of build than Axel, and you suspect that he would have a difficult time carrying Sir Venom around.
Riku looks to the 2 guards like, can you help him carry my friend? We'll give you 1 extra gold.
If you really so wish. Okay. And they lift Sir Venom off, and Casimir's like, Rudolph, are you okay with this? And he sort of looks at them and he goes, I guess it's fine if it's okay with you, Kaz. And sort of nods. Take care of the lad. Whatever's going on with him. Casimir.
Or he's
He's got his, like,
Riku like thumbs up to the sky, and he's like, he's being watched anyway.
The bouncer's sort of like, what? They look up and they just see like a few birds in the sky. I don't know if we want this one.
Well, I was telling that to Kaz, not to those guys.
I mean, Casimir's holding the feet of Sir Venom at this point, and they're holding like his arms.
It's fine. Riku just like hands him the golds.
All right. And at this point, they walk Sir Venom and Casimir in, and they bar the door, and they've put out their own sign that says no admittance. And it's at this point that the casks Silencio has approached you all. And I'll actually swap over to a different map at this
Are
point.
these similar to the people we fought at the last town? Like the.
We're about to find out.
Well, I mean, we would just by looking at them.
I don't think you've necessarily fought the casks Silencio. They are wearing full plate. So for that, they look similar to maybe like an Order of the Gauntlet individual, but otherwise not really. You were out front of this tavern here, and it's at this point that they have approached you, and you can see there's really only casks Silencio in the street at this point. And so you're alone with them. Citizens, find a place to be before midnight.
Yes, that's what we're in the process of doing. We just dropped our friends off here, and there was a limit on the people, so we were turned down, but we let our friends stay.
And you can see them sort of like glance at each other. Again, you can't see inside their helmets. It's in the darkness for whatever reason, the way the light's shining. You don't see the eyes inside the helms. And they say, good. We can't risk the spread of contagion any more than it might be already spread. There is a tavern, and they point this direction. At the end of the street. I believe it used to be called Lucky Larry's or Poor Larry's or something of that nature. Try there.
Excellent. Appreciate the tip. Gentlemen, have a fine night.
Riku keeping
They
his
sort of watch you.
Riku keeping the conversations brief.
Well, I mean, I don't want to mess with these guys. Let's get going.
Why not? I mean, what are you scared? Oh, you know. Oh shit.
Well, we're not picking fights with the town guard right now. Come on, boys. Let's go to the next tavern.
And as you
These
go
people,
to the next,
they better let us in.
as you go down the street, you can see down some of these other side streets. There's quite a number of Cask Silencio in the street at this point in time.
Riku's like stops when he sees them. I'm like, hold on a sec. Why are there so many of you in the streets?
And they say, "Citizen, move along. Find somewhere to be before nightfall. Quickly."
Is something coming? Riku says.
Hopefully not, but if it is, we're prepared.
Riku looks to him and he's like, you know, we could help for a fee.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Wow.
They look taken aback, quite taken aback, as a matter of fact, and they sort of glance at each other. The Reniers do not hire mercenaries, citizen. Please.
Well, it's just your lucky day. We're not mercenaries and we're heroes. This is the sort of thing we do on the regular. Riku smiles.
They shake. The one that you were speaking with shakes his head. Take your leave, citizen. Find refuge.
Aye, Captain. Riku like stands up straight and gives him a salute. You know, he's like
Sort of,
patronizing him.
Again, look taken aback.
All right, fellas, shall we? And then like Riku's kind of like walking backwards with the boys and like shouts back, "Hey, just remember we offered to help." And then it just keeps walking.
As you say this, there are more that like step out into the street and just sort of watch you walk down the street.
All right, fellas, let's go.
I mean, what the hell y'all looking at?
Oh no. Riku hears this and kind of steps back. He's like, Axel?
Are you attempting to intimidate as you say that, Axel?
Maybe a little bit.
You can roll for it if you want.
Oh my God.
They sort of look at you menacingly. Citizen, please. This is for your own good. Find refuge now.
Axel grunts.
Riku just grabs him. He's like, listen, I think we ought to listen to the nice fellas here.
Okay. All right. I don't like the posturing they're doing.
Well, this is their town, Riku says under his breath. And he's just like, let's keep moving.
Is it?
For now.
It's actually just at the end of this lane here that you come across what is quite clearly an inn that has seen much better days. In fact, it's funny. You can see the name Lucky Larry and Sons crossed out on the sign. It does appear that it's now called Poor Larry's, and I will give you a photo of what this place looks like.
We've all been there, Larry.
Not like Larry. Did I not record it? Shoot. There we go. Sorry, it's just loading very slowly for some reason.
Don't like being pressured, huh?
I don't know. Owlbear was just slow.
Axel? I meant Axel.
Oh, I mean, you know, it would have been a shame if they tried to fight us, you know.
And
Definitely would have been a shame.
in the dusk in front of you, you can see what appears to be a relatively well-beaten tavern. It seems to embody both sides of the businesses near it, boisterous pubs that you just walked past, as well as the struggling slums beyond. As you enter, you get the sense that it's a place for newcomers and cheap drunkards. And it is probably the corpse of a struggling business. The walls are peeling, mold festers in plain sight, and the floorboards are deeply stained with years of spilled ale. And as you enter, uh, the the tavern, you can tell it probably didn't used to be like this. It's become ever so worse off in the intervening years. There's a certain amount of overgrowth from the shrubs. It doesn't appear super promising, but it doesn't have a no admittance sign on it.
As we enter, Riku's like, "Ugh, what a shithole! Vincent, help me with this," and starts casting prestidigitation all over the place, cleaning it up.
Vincent obliges.
As you enter, and let me just bring up, I think it's this one. Yeah. So as you enter from the street down the hallway, and as you're cleaning the area, you pass what is clearly a bit of a larder off to one, or sorry, you walk in the front door here, and let's bring it in. Bring you in this front door. There are very few patrons in the bar at this point in time. There's a young woman, maybe 25 years of age, sitting at a table just directly to the left of the door. There's an orc at the bar. There's what appears to be a single kobold at the back at a table eating also what appears to be raw meat. And then there is one individual poorly tidying the space.
Hey
What does
guys,
that
don't
want?
mind us. We're just here to stay the night and let us clean up a bit and help you. He like gestures towards the one guy cleaning.
Oh, you're looking to stay the night? Oh, excellent. Welcome to Poor Larry's. I'm Larry.
Hey Larry, good to meet you. Riku like throws out his hand to shake it. His
Oh, excellent, excellent. Can I bring your bags upstairs?
sure. And he's like, I'm Riku, this is the Roosters. -1. We're missing some of our party members, but this is this is what's left of us for now.
Understood, Roosters. You're very welcome to Poor Larry's. And he, like, begins to take your bags and like poorly carry them. And he is carrying them over to a staircase that's back behind here. As he begins to ascend the stairs, you can hear him suddenly like fall with several of the bags and come spilling back out. All good, all good. No problems here.
Is he like dragging them on the ground?
A little bit.
Riku's like, this guy's great.
This guy need help?
Oh
I-
no worries. I got it.
Oh, I thought he was doing slapstick. Oh, never mind.
No, it's fine. Us service people are here to put on a show. As long as you're
Yeah,
happy, I'm happy.
let's roll some insight on this guy.
All right.
Is he trying to, steal our items?
You don't think he's trying to steal your items?
He's just actually an idiot.
Well, it's not like I was giving him my bag of holding or anything, you know?
You think that he appears as well worn as the building itself, that he has seen much better days, and that there is something behind the cheerful demeanor that speaks of something darker.
We'll get to know Larry.
Okay,
Just,
yeah, I just want to make sure he wasn't like, oh, all your stuff is spilled onto the ground. What a shame. And then like, put some in his pocket or something.
He goes, you can follow me upstairs if you so wish. It's your choice, or you can take a seat at the bar. Or the
yeah, he's
tables.
that's sort of his thing. He likes to keep security, so don't mind him. He'll just keep a watch. Make sure
Yeah,
everything's
I'll
above
go
board.
with
That's
I'll
all.
go with Larry here. You fellas, order some food or something.
And while that's happening, Ryu kind of like sits down at the bar and just like gestures Vinny over to the bar. He's like, "Hey, come over, take a load off."
Okay. As you go upstairs, you and Larry you immediately come upstairs and you see that it's like pretty small upstairs, in particular Axel, as you follow him up. and he immediately brings you to the closest rooms, which in this instance are directly across from the stairs. And so he says, "This will be your room for the night. I think two of you can fit in the bed, and I will have some straw and everything brought upstairs for you for somebody to sleep on the floor."
So we all get one room.
Well, that's all we have left, I'm afraid.
I mean, we got bedrolls. We just, we can just throw that. We don't sleep on hay.
Oh, excellent, excellent, even
We're
better.
we're pretty classy.
And he sets your bags down in here,
Yeah.
and he hands you a key. This is technically my room, so I'll be kipping downstairs this evening.
Wait, which one's your room?
This one, I'm giving you my room.
Where are you gonna sleep?
Downstairs in the bar.
All right. Can I get the key? Well, what's the
Yeah.
damage for all this?
Hands it over to you. The damage. It's let me think. One, two,
What do you?
3 of you.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Well, I think
Only
it's
3
going
here.
to be.
Well, where'd Victavio go?
Oh yeah, Rictavia
true.
is with you. Good call. That'll be 2 gold pieces.
2 gold for the night?
Yes.
All right, that's fair. It's fair. Is he
Oh,
sticking
good.
his hand out for a tip or?
Nope.
All right.
No,
There's
he
no
just hands you the
tipping.
key.
Okay, they don't tip in this society. Got
Our healthcare is taken care of
it.
for us. But,
Obviously. All right.
and he,
I'll check the room
that's
for any
perfect.
kind of peepholes or anything.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a. I don't know. What would you like to do? Perception or
Investigation probably, I would guess.
Go for it.
Yeah. I mean, my investigation's terrible, but I feel like that's yeah. I don't see anything.
It's not
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah.
No peepholes, nothing of that sort. The one thing that you do find in this room would be a pair of his clothes, actually, like a clean pair of clothes. It's in particular here a large double bed, a footlocker containing nothing but a wine bottle opener, an old wardrobe with one set of his clothes, and a wide window with a view to the alley below, which is currently empty.
Okay.
As you do stick your head out the window to look around, just to check everything, you do hear coughing from one of the neighbors in one of the homes nearby.
Did I hear any coughing like any of these other rooms? Are these people
You did not. You heard it from one of the other buildings, one of the
Oh,
other
okay.
neighborhood buildings.
Good.
But you can go down the hallway and look around if you so wish, obviously. There
Yeah,
are
just,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors.
Just give it a little once over here. Just up and down the hallway.
Yeah. Several of the rooms are actually open in this location and this location and this location. They appear to be guest quarters, probably the 3 individuals that are downstairs. The other rooms is the one in the middle here is closed, and the one on the end is closed as well.
Okay. Well, just head downstairs then. It's not a lot of rooms for an inn.
Yeah. Tavern and inn.
Okay.
And as you come back downstairs, you see that wherever you guys have decided to place yourselves, let me grab you, Rictavio. You should be in here as well.
Guess we'll grab chairs from another table and put them around one, do that thing where people just kind of make themselves at home.
You do so, and is there anything you need? I know that I did hear you as you walked in, said it was a bit of a shithole, and I do apologize for that. But can I help you anything? I swear the spills are just from the last big group that came in here. It's not like I left that stuff right there to remember. Or yeah, yeah. And I can clean it as after I get you something.
Riku's like, listen, I'm sorry, I meant no offense. I just meant this place has a certain charm about it that we weren't expecting. That's all. You know, like
Oh,
your whole country has a certain charm about it. Riku winks.
Much obliged, much obliged. I mean, technically, I'm not Rishemalese. I don't know if you can tell from my accent.
Ah,
I'm Falknovian.
should have known. Riku says.
Can we get 5 specials?
Oh, yes, yes. So that would be 2 of the uh, boiled cabbage, 1 of the 3-bean soup, 1 of the rice gruel, a corn and oat porridge for each of you, as well as an ale.
You got any meat?
Let me see. Ooh, I can do bread and no, that's not meat. I think we're out of meat. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, whatever you got then.
Okay.
Figured we probably brought our own, didn't we?
Yeah, but we're gonna like, you know, these people look like they need money. Okay, so we're just gonna help them out. We're gonna eat their cabbage and their bread.
Okay.
All right.
And as he goes behind the bar, you're able to sort of glance around. You notice that the center area is filled with these sparse tables, an uneven number of chairs, a handful of empty mugs left by past patrons. Some areas of the walls are thick with cobwebs, others seem recently cleaned. There are 2 sets of windows on either side of a stage, which is up in the north portion, um, one of which is broken. You see 3 guests lingering about. Um, he begins to frantically trying to keep up with several tasks all at once, getting you ales, getting you food. The bar is set in front of a row of bottles, most of which are empty, sitting on a large shelf. Next to the walk-in point of the bar are 3 barrels of different brew, so sort of behind Riku. Um, that's where he pours your drinks from. And over the walls, sort of in between the 2 spaces, like in this area here, appears to be several wanted posters, one of which says The Seeker, bounty 100,000 gold.
Whoa.
It almost seems like it's a joke wanted poster, though, from what you can tell just by the nature of it. One is for Joe Crud, wanted for aggravated assault and speaking too quickly. One is for the Rune Man, wanted for document forgery and impersonation, 1.6 million gold pieces. This one doesn't appear to be written as if it were a joke, but it's such an outlandish amount of money that none of you have ever heard of such a bounty. Another is for JEXP Cobb, wanted for organized crime operations and impersonation, 5 gold. And the last would be for Filthy Leb, wanted for impersonation, 10 copper pieces.
A lot of bounty.
A lot of bounties.
Okay.
Larry comes back over with your ales and sets them down. He goes, "Oh yeah, the bounties. Interesting, right? A few of them were stolen a while back, but I don't know. I think those are mostly up to date."
Bounties, huh?
What's going on here?
Is that a common thing around here?
Yeah, one of them said a million. That can't be real. Who's paying these bounties?
I don't know actually. And as you look at them, they don't have an authority who is issuing them.
Okay.
Are we in which game are we in right now?
We are in the normal one. I'll catch you up in just a moment, Sir Venom.
Okay.
You're sleeping.
Yeah, Axel would present his bounty hunter union card. Be like,
I'm a
yeah.
member.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if this this is obviously for a different city or whatever, but bounty hunting is my job, so these are real, and if someone's actually gonna pay $1 million, like, look, you point me in the right direction, I can cut you in on some of this $1 million, Larry.
Yeah, I would. So my suggestion is, if you have the person or if you've killed them, to take them to Pont-à-Musée to the north. Bring them to the central castle there. I suspect they would know what to do.
These say dead or alive?
I have no idea. It depends on the bounty, I assume. He sort of squints over
Yeah.
at them.
I'm gonna take all these off. I'm gonna pocket all these bounties.
Okay.
Piece of paper. Yeah. Except for the
Just-
5 copper and like I want the 100,000 and the $1 million guy. I think that those were the 2 ones.
You're just gonna constantly flip through these every time we see a new person.
I mean, I
It's like
forget-
hold it up and like with them in front of you and like look at it, look at them.
Yeah. What's shit.
I'll give you these 2 in particular.
Yeah. Those I mean, I don't know what to even do with $1 million. Probably. The idea of someone just handing us $1 million gold is like, I don't even know if that's even possible.
Well,
Is there any millionaires?
looking for
No
the
way.
Seeker and for Rune Man. Riku then goes and asks the orc at the bar, is like, have you seen these 2 guys?
Sort of glances at you. No, I think I've seen that
Oh,
those
you're
been around for a while.
okay. Riku. That's not how you do it.
Riku's just like, that'd be too easy, wouldn't it?
Look here. He pulls Riku aside. Riku.
Riku gets yanked against the wall. Oh,
It says
yes.
here one of the guys is a document forger and an impersonator. So you gotta fish around to see if anybody. Hey, guy, I need some documents. Anybody know a
I hear
guy?
ya.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And I do speak the language of the. I do speak the language of the thieves, if you know what I'm saying. So
Yep. Riku just like kind of wanders over the bar. Is like, gee, I wonder where I could get a few documents forged.
Um,
I wonder who could help me with that.
Guy sort of glances over at you. He's like looking around.
Yeah, Riku's not particularly talking to anyone. He's just like speaking out loud. And then like leans back against the bar and like looks around. Doesn't seem like anyone here could help me. And comes back over.
yeah, that's probably
I could just
this probably isn't the bar. I mean, we could So
Oh,
yeah,
let me go. You're not expecting anyone else, right? He looks
maybe.
around at you. Oh, okay. I won't put up the
I
no
mean,
written sign yet.
we will have to go check on our friend, maybe in the morning.
Morning.
Well, isn't it? It's nighttime, right?
No, it is. Oh, sorry. It's just I mean, once midnight strikes, I don't think we're all gonna leave our residences for probably 4 or 5 days.
What?
Days?
Like-
Indeed.
I thought the lockdown was like just for the city. I didn't know we were going to stay in these buildings.
Oh no. Nobody can go anywhere as of midnight.
And who's gonna be outside making sure no one walks around?
The cask Silencio.
Oh
Hmm.
my god. Oh my god. Okay.
There are a lot of them, Riku says.
Yeah.
It's at this moment that we're gonna turn over to Sir Venom. You are having your memories harvested by the Raven Queen at this point in time. And so you've been put into some sort of arcane coma. I was going to give you the opportunity to wake up, however, and find yourselves in a very small, single room with Casimir Velikov on a bunk underneath you. And he will explain the situation to you, that you were basically carried to Saint-Roger along with your friends. They have been forced into a different tavern, as there are strict limits across the city, and it is slowly being put into quarantine, as it sounds like a plague is about to break out. Rictavio is with your friends at this point in time at a different tavern. If you would like, you can wake up and send them a message to try to swap places with Rudolph Van Richten. There is still enough time left in the evening. There's about an hour or two left before midnight, which is the curfew hour. So if you guys want to do that, like we can just have that happen, and you guys can escort Rudolph Van Richten over there and bring back your friend if you so wish.
Yeah, that works.
Is there any objection to that from anyone in the group?
Riku's just like, I did like, you know, the fact that, you know, we keep our eye on the book like this, but
It'll be fine, Riku.
all right, let's bring our friend back.
Okay.
That's more important.
And we will bring him over. All right. And you find yourselves once again in Poor Larry's, a disheveled, sad looking establishment with very few patrons, the only place that didn't have a no admittance sign. And you can kind of see why based on what it looks like on the inside. If anybody's ever played The Witcher, it kind of looks like the interior of the tavern in White Orchard. It's just decrepit and sad looking on some level. Rustic would be a nice way to put it.
Riku looks hilarious. Like, see, this is the guy I told you about. We might, you know, when I said we might have another friend coming.
Oh, whoa. Excellent, excellent, good sir, excellent. Oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Larry, and welcome. I'm Larry Baker.
There's kind of like stretch and yawn and wave at him like, oh, it's nice to meet you, Larry.
Oh, same. And he brings all your food out at this point. Did I see you cleaning some of the spots off of the tavern a little earlier?
Oh yes, sir. We were cleaning up, you know, at least this area where we would be sitting.
Oh, that's amazing. Maybe over the 4 or 5 days that we're all quarantined here, you would be willing to help me?
Perhaps, yeah, we can make an arrangement. I think if you help us with some information, then perhaps we can help you clean this place up a little bit. You know what? Maybe even I'll do a couple performances over there. Riku gestures to the busted stage.
Oh, that'd be absolutely wonderful. I would and he's like yawning. I would greatly appreciate that. I mean, yes. It's been quite a while since the stage has gotten any use. my one of my sons, Frederick, he quite liked that stage. He liked to perform there. You can sort of see there's like a distant look in his eyes.
He was like, "Oh yeah, what did he play?" Sing.
Oh, quite a number of things. Various instruments: lute, flute, cello. He wasn't as good at the last one, and I suspect it's because the two words don't rhyme. No, yeah, Frederick. Uh, he was rather incorrigible, and one night he had a bit of a poetic battle with another bard who came to town, and he lost, and he took it rather hard. It's been, oh, I don't know, 7 or 8 years since I've seen him since then.
Hey, these things happen. You know, when in our youth, we you know, our egos get a little bit bigger for our britches than they should be. But you know, he'll come to his senses one day.
Oh, he's a gifted musician. I suspect he's actually somewhere on the road, uh, playing for his dinner.
I walked down that same road myself. I know what it's like.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I'm going to try to spruce things up a little bit still. He goes off, and as you can see him sweeping, he is sweeping too vigorously, and the broom snaps in half as he's doing so. Damn.
This guy's a mess, Riku says to the group. Bar's a mess. He really does need help.
What's going on in here?
Oh, so that room is closed. Do you want to open the door?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks a little open, but if it's closed, I mean, if we're gonna be here for a few days, I'm gonna be making myself at home.
Yeah.
It's me.
As you push open the door fully, it is clear that is a party room. There's like a large
Ooh.
table in the center that is broken. It's a windowless room in a sizable space, capable of large dinner parties or parties of some sort. Broken down the middle is the table, covered in half a decade's worth of dust. You suspect there's mounts on the walls for decorations that are built into various areas, but they're all empty. There is a deteriorated mop by the head of the table.
Okay.
Riku sees Axel open the door and then sees this room. He's like, "Hey, we should make this our new room. Let's clean it up."
Yeah, let's clean this up. Let's see. There's there's 3 other guests. Let's bring some tables in here. This will be our spot.
Oh, that's fantastic. I do kind of miss that space. We came up with parties for everything: birthdays, anniversaries, wedding receptions, sometimes weekly gambling. It was great. And then you see a sad, distant look come over his eyes once again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Riku's like, "You wouldn't believe this. We actually own a bar ourselves, and it also has gambling and whatnot. The whole lot."
Oh, really? That's fantastic. Well, where is it? What's it called? Down the street?
Not here. Riku says
Nah.
it's a distant land, and the name of it is Shenanigans.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think. Do they know they're in like a different dimension?
Well, I rolled ones for both of them.
It was a DC 15, and he sort of looks at you and he's like, "A distant land? I mean, I guess Falknovia, where I'm originally from, is quite distant, but well, nonetheless, yes, any help cleaning it up would be wonderful."
Yeah, Riku starts laughing and then like waves his hand. Is like, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's out of this world."
Oh, well, I mean, maybe you can tell us on the stage at some point.
Perhaps I will. A lot of my songs regales of the tales of my past, so perhaps you will learn a few things or two about me.
Oh, well, we have several days to hear it all. Drinking ale, doing nothing else, frankly.
That's right. We're gonna show you a good time. We'll show you how the Roosters do it back home. Isn't that right, boys? Riku like raises the glass.
He glances in, he goes, "Oh, that mop. That's where I put it. Oh, I've been looking for that for ages." And he's like, "Well, where's that bucket?" And he accidentally like kicks over a bucket full of water over here as he's like coming back with the mop. Oh, damn.
Don't get many visitors, do you?
Well, I mean, there's several people here right now. We've got Ngog, and he points at the orc at the bar. We've got Kai Brownsmith. She was an old friend of Frederick's, as a matter of fact. We've got, I believe, that fellow over there, and he points to the kobold. That's Donk Grimeslink.
What a name, Riku
Donk?
says.
Dunk Grimeslink.
Oh, don't.
What does he do, Mr. Larry?
I have no idea now that you say that. You know, I never thought to ask him. And then he
Riku uses whisper
tries
and
to begin
says,
mopping the floors.
"Hey, you donk, come here."
He sort of
Damn. Just
looks up and
ordering,
glances over.
just ordering people around.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Well, not ordering. I was just using message to whisper in his ear to tell him to come over here. Persuasion. Did you say advantage, disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
So there you go.
Okay.
16.
He sort of glances up and he goes, cocks his head a bit, and then leans back in his chair.
All right. I guess now Riku's going to use command.
All right. What does that have for spell components?
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. The command
Okay.
I would give it is approach, and that's the target moves towards you by the shortest and most direct route, ending its turn if it moves within 5 feet of you.
Okay. Let me make a saving throw for him.
You just picking fights the guys we're stuck in here with.
Well, I haven't used command on an NPC like ever, and I've wanted to do it for a while, and I just like figured why not.
So he failed his saving throw. He got a 9, and he's got a +1, so he's got a 10.
Yeah, I have a high DC.
He begins to walk around the bar, and he looks at you and goes, "What do you want?" He's got like a little. I mean, he's small, right? He's a small creature.
Yeah.
He's got a high-pitched, whiny voice of like, "What do you want?"
Riku's just like, sorry, we're gonna be here for quite some time, and I'm just trying to get to know the other patrons, and I wasn't a big fan of your attitude. Sorry for my use of force here. And he if he's still under the spell, he like drops it. He's like, I wasn't a big fan of your attitude, is all.
And I'm not a big fan of being commanded around the room.
Well, hey, we were trying to make a good impression, and you were making that impossible, so we got to do it the hard way.
I mean,
We just want to make sure you're not up to anything sinister. Our friend here, he gestures to Larry. He's like, has said that he doesn't know much about you, and you're starting things off on the wrong foot, frankly.
look, I'm gonna be gone before midnight, so whatever you think's gonna happen, I'm not staying here with you guys.
Well, good. It sounds like we don't need you, right, boys?
He turns away and takes a sip from his mug. He's like, I don't know if I want to get involved in this.
Good riddance.
Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Yeah, actually, Riku kind of squinty eyes at him. Yeah, he's like, why midnight specifically?
Doesn't matter. I'm going back to my drink. Starts to
Hold
walk
on a
away.
minute. Riku is like, grabs his shirt. I'm not
Okay.
done with you yet.
Make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab his shirt.
Okay.
As he tries to begin to briskly walk away. 13. It's not bad. Yeah, you can like grab onto his shirt, and as you do so, he goes, "Hey, let go of me."
Hold on a sec, fella. We got a couple more questions for you.
And
Larry,
God
and then
stands up off the bar.
Riku looks to Larry and he's like, hold on, Larry, we need to talk to this guy. And then Riku opens the door and like walks in here and gestures to Axel.
Hey,
Well, I meant
Where
to
you-
like for you to bring him in here.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna push him in the room.
and God's like, "Wait, why are you taking that guy in there?" And
We just need to have a couple words with him. Riku sticks his head out the doorway.
The woman Kai, she also stands up.
Yeah, don't worry about what's it to you, fellas.
Are you
What's
going
it
to
to
do the
you?
same? Are you going to do the same to us? Or and he looks at Larry. Larry, come on, man, you can't stand for this.
Riku's like Larry, no. You said those two are good folk. This guy seems out of place.
Well, he does pay for his drink, so I don't know if I fully appreciate this.
Look, next round is on us, fellas. Just go back to your
Roll.
meals.
Axel, roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion disadvantage.
Next round is on us. Like a drink's just gonna make him forget about it.
Look, hold up. Whatever you're doing here, I don't like this frontier justice, man.
So tell me about this orc fella. Is he just in like rags? Is he wearing like what does he look like?
Yeah. He's got a tankard of cheap grog in his hand that he's holding and drinking from. He's got an open waistcoat and simple pants, sort of like brown, not linen, but like unprocessed cottons. It looks like he's like some sort of farmer, sort of thing that you would expect from someone who works in the fields. He does have a dagger on his side, but it looks like a utility knife, not a combat dagger of any sort. He's not a fighter, you think?
Yeah.
He's a farmer. The other individual, Kai, she actually has a hammer on her hip, and you can see that she has copper entwined holding up her hair. Make an insight check.
Insight.
Yeah, that's good enough. As you look her over, you see the patches and burns on her clothes, and you get the sense that she's probably either like she's a metal worker, maybe a smith, maybe works with copper, something along those lines. And she puts her hand on the hammer. You do see muscles on her arms, but it doesn't compare to you.
Yeah, I mean, if they're reaching, I'm gonna reach for my axe and tell them to back the fuck up.
All right, make an intimidation check. Riku, what are you doing while this happens?
I was kind of like, I'll have my head in the doorway, just like, hey, what's the hold up here?
And you see Axel pulling his axe and telling him to back the fuck up.
Rico's like, hey, you should listen to him. And then it's like, come on.
All right. Just let's not come to any blows here. And Larry's like, whoa, oh
No,
god,
we're just
gonna be
gonna talk to
quarantined
him.
with these bad men. Oh god, and he's like quick cowering under the bar a little bit.
Riku's like, gentlemen, we're just gonna ask him some questions. There's nothing to worry about here. Sorry if my friend is a little brash.
What do you want to know? Let's get this over with.
All right. Shut up, you, Riku says. One second. Gestures for Axel and the others to join, if they want to come in.
Vincent, Sir Venom, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Axel and Riku are like trying to pick a fight with the whole bar.
No.
You saying we're bullies?
I don't know, saying it as much as like implying it. I think I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna enjoy my drink,
Okay.
and just kind of see how things play out.
Yeah, just doing a little pot stirring.
I'm gonna ask Vincent. I'm sorry, Sir Venom. Vincent's gonna ask Sir Venom. Tell him the Ravens have been following, keeping an eye on you, and they told me they noticed my hard work.
And I'd be like, yeah, the Raven Queen's pretty fond of you. You know, that trance I was in, that was from her. She had to, every once in a while, once I get enough memories, you kind of go into like a download process. And yeah, she
I'm not
mentioned
sure.
how good a job you're doing. And then
I'm
my
not
buddy
sure
of
I'm
mine
part of.
sent me a message. The guy who made that bow, and he's pretty impressed with how well you're able to wield it. He's happy that you're taking such good care of it and able to get so many memories and just
It's
kind of
finally
fucking
made.
shit up.
Donk Grimeslink looks up at you both. Ugh, bloody humans. What do you want?
Where are you going, fella?
None of your business.
I don't like your tone. You looks to Axel.
He doesn't like. He asks you a question. Better answer it.
Make an intimidation check. He goes, I'm gonna go back to the sewers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hold on a sec. Riku like raised an eyebrow and looks to Axel. What's going on down there?
Said none of your business. And he bares his teeth this time.
Well, we're going to have to make it our business, unfortunately, Riku says. So you should probably tell us what's happening.
Are you doing anything to intimidate him in particular, or?
I'm looking to Axel.
Oh. Oh, so pressure's on Axel to be the dick. Okay.
Well, I'm asking the questions. You're applying
Ooh.
the pressure, essentially.
Yeah.
all know
I thought
who
this
the
was
bad-
the dynamic we have.
I was gonna say, we all know who the bad cop and who the worst cop are.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm thinking, do you want me to hit him?
I don't know, twist his arm or something. I don't
know. I'll twist his. He's got these big ears. I bet they're very sensitive. I'll twist his ear.
He's got a bunch of like gold sort of not earrings, but like little bracelets on them. As you begin to twist his ear, he goes, ow, 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 ow. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Ooh.
Yeah. He goes, I'm not telling you shit, man. And he will make a dash for it.
Okay.
If you'd like to do anything.
Riku and Misty step in front of him like immediately. He's like,
Oh, wow.
And just like that, you're out in front of him and you stop it. And everybody in the bar sees this and they all freeze. I mean, your friends have seen this sort of thing before, so they're not too flabbergasted about it.
Riku just like
it's-
signals the boys and is like, he's up to something.
Vincent
I
stands
think
up.
we're the ones that
I
are up
pay
to
attention.
something.
And it's at this moment where everybody sort of freezes in the bar as you say this that you all hear a noise on the door. The slithering of metal, the clasp and clank of a lock, and then Larry popping up from the bar being, oh shit, we're locked in.
Well,
It's like you're not going anywhere, pal.
yeah, unless
Uh,
tell us more about.
Vincent goes and
Now,
checks
now
the
tell
door.
us all this business about the sewer and let all these guys in on it too, since you're clearly keeping it a secret from everyone.
Vincent, as you check the door, it does not pull open. There is a sound and a feel of a heavy chain on the other side. You suspect at the very least padlocked, ensuring that it cannot be opened up.
Then Vincent looks around and then is this a window?
Yeah, there's several windows in the area.
Alright, Vincent checks this window.
Okay. You look out into the street, and basically every 10 to 20 feet is at least one of the casks Silencio, the guards that you had seen out beforehand. And they are just staring, looking around, making sure nobody is leaving their homes. Riku, your question about the sewers.
Yep.
Fine. Fuck it. I'll tell you. Look, I'm only here because I'm not the only donk. There's a few different kobolds who pose as donk. And sometimes we get locked in during these quarantines and we come out a little with heavier pockets than we have beforehand. And I don't know, the moment I saw you, I knew that I didn't want to fuck around and steal from you guys because, well, I don't know, you pulled on my ear and shit and you don't look great.
This guy is a thief, Riku says. He points to him and like looks to Larry and the others. He just admitted it.
And Ngog goes, and you guys seem like you're kind of, bullies. And Kai's like, yeah, I mean, you haven't been very nice.
Riku,
You
Riku,
consider
Riku,
bullying
like,
preventing people from
Riku,
robbing
like, yeah,
you.
audible
bullying,
gasp. Bullies? We just prevented a crime here. We're detectives.
Make a persuasion check. And it's going to be flat because Vincent was helping you there with his words, but your actions so far have proven slightly otherwise. 21? It's pretty good. They sort of look at you and they're like, I mean, I guess he did just say that. Look, how's this? I mean, we're all locked in. We can't go anywhere. The Cask Silencio will either push us back in or hunt you down if you leave a building. Can we just make the best of this?
But this one we need to keep a close eye on. Is there a... Riku looks to Larry. He's like, do you have any sort of prison chambers?
This is a tavern.
Lock him up in the brig.
What's the?
He's like,
Look,
well,
I'm not going to
you have
stop him from trying to
you have a
leave.
closet.
There's a
I just don't want him to
pantry.
steal from you, Larry. You
No.
don't have much. I don't want him to take anything.
He looks over at Donk. Were you going to steal from me? And Donk goes, no, you don't really have anything I want to steal.
But he looks at the rest of them. He's like, yeah, but them. Who knows what he could do to them or us, for that matter. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Look, this was the only bar I could get myself into. There's a reason I was going back to the sewers. There wasn't much to take here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Larry pipes up. The only room that people can only get out of one way would be that one. He points back over Axel's shoulder into the party room.
Well, I guess Riku looks to Donk. He's like, well, Donk, looks like you're coming with us then.
Oh, God.
Because we want to know more about this organization of yours.
You mean my kobold family?
Yep.
Oh.
And like, what are the sewers? Like, could you use them to get around? Is that something we can maybe use?
Probably not. He looks at you. You're all pretty large. You gotta be pretty
Oh.
tiny to fit into these sewers.
Okay, well, never mind then. I thought maybe there'd be a new way of traveling in the city or
I
something.
feel like there's still some more questions we could be asking him here.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
So, how are we doing this out in the bar area? Let's go take him into our office here.
Okay. Right.
So,
Mr. Venom and Vincent, are you there as well?
I think I'm just hanging out, enjoying my food, and my drink.
You guys
These
went
guys
back
seem
in
like
there
they're
to
if
puke it
they
out.
cause some mischief, he'll just watch.
how long you been living in this city for, Mr. Cobalt Donk?
Probably about 7.5 years now.
Oh, so you know a lot about the goings on.
Saint Roger? I
Yeah.
mean, I know quite a bit.
We'll see. I'll test him. We'll ask him in what the fuck is that language? Thieves can't. I'll ask him what the name of his family. See if he understands what I'm saying. If he's picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, he does. And he sort of glances at you and goes,
Beaker just turns like a side eye at Axel. He's like, huh?
and he holds up 2 fingers and then puts them right underneath his eyes.
I suppose I couldn't detect it. I don't speak it.
And you know that to mean he is a part of the Dragonkin.
Okay.
The Dragonkin are a often referenced to, rarely seen, or believed to even exist at times, depending on where they are in the Sword Coast, group of kobolds, dragonborn, and supposedly sometimes even dragons themselves, who engage in thievery and larceny up and down the entire world of Faerun.
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like we're on lockdown for like 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
That's not gonna, that doesn't fit into our schedule, our timetable. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you help us get out and move so we can move on our journey, or help us out in other ways. And look, but we'll pay you. You like money, we like money. This could be very good for you.
I help you get out and you'll pay me?
Yeah, you
You
help
help
us.
us get out in one piece, he says,
Yeah.
specifically.
Where are you trying to get to again?
North, along the road.
So here's the thing. Do any of you know if you have the disease?
If we did, our friend can cure it.
Cure it. Well,
Yeah,
That's
we're
pretty
very powerful. If you didn't pick that up already.
I mean, I got the idea that you were kind of tough guys. I don't know if I got the sense that you were powerful, though. That helm looks pretty cool. He glances up at it.
Fine.
Vincent just dawned on Vincent that Buddy has. Is that what what's his name has? It's been acting weird, or do we still think it's the book?
Oh, Rudolph Van Richten?
Rudolph, yeah,
He's
So
came to mind.
he's back at the other tavern right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking when he said, "Do you guys have the thing?" I was like, "Oh, he has the
Um,
Sorry, but where were we? So
thing."
I mean, he could try to get you out. You want to get out of the city?
Sounds like that's what Axel's proposing.
yeah,
if,
but
the
like,
city
so
has a
what I'm
potentially-
thinking,
Abandon Rudy and Casimir.
No, we'd bring him with us.
yeah, we're
Sorry.
working on
We're cooking here.
yeah. So, I think would we need maybe maybe
You're
some
hoping
like,
he could be our guide essentially because he knows his way
Yeah.
around the city better than us.
We might need some false documents, though.
But Riku's like, here. One thing though, I'd be a little. I don't know if we can even trust this guy. Like, would you really do it for the money? Like, you wouldn't like get us caught and like double cross us if we were to get caught.
And he sort of looks at you and he's like, I don't want to get caught out there by the Castellencio. You know what they say, right? If you go out there during a quarantine, you die. Like everybody supposedly dies.
By the guards or the disease?
Both. He sort of shrugs. It's
Who-
not clear.
who's,
Nobody ever comes back.
Who's in charge of this place? Who's like the who's the mayor of Saint Ronges?
Saint Roger? I mean, it's, you know, it's funny. So it happened roughly 5 years ago, around the time that Jacqueline Renier died. I don't know if there is a mayor. They were sort of cut free.
I did
She ain't
hear.
dead, by the way.
Yeah, I heard the guards mention that name, Renier.
She's alive.
Oh, it's a woman.
No, she's dead.
Well, not anymore.
She's alive? What?
Yep.
How the hell did that happen?
I don't know. Riku
Politics,
shrugs.
man.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Those paladins came through and killed her.
That's what you think. They're dead too.
Guy, yeah, been living in a sewer too long.
What? No. They went up to Feox Estate. We tried to steal from them several years ago when they were at Fox Court. But then they left and they went up to Feox Estate. Nobody ever saw them after.
You say the
Wait, hold on.
paladins?
Years ago, Riku stops.
Oh my God, we're in a time dilates. This world is.
Yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
Oh,
We've been caught in these
Riku,
plagues
God.
ever since.
Riku, like visibly concerned, puts like hand to face now, like grasping his temples. He's like, this shit again. Like
I got something better than money, Mr. Donk.
Cool.
Do you know where you are?
I mean, yes, I'm in Rechemelot, and particularly the city of Saint Roger. I know that it's kind of a strange place. And he sort of like leans in and whispers. These people seem to, I mean, not the people in this bar in particular. I don't know. There's something weird about this place. But the people outside of this bar in this city, I swear to God, they lose their memory every 4 months.
Huh.
Well, that would be our friend's doings. She's a demigod.
What? He sort of looks at you dumbstruck.
Yeah.
Axel also dumbstruck. What?
He looks. He's like the Raven Queen. She's her friend, right?
Ah.
Yeah.
Dunk looks completely dumbstruck.
She
like-
sucks memories. She's like, she loves them.
Okay, I don't know anything about that, Donk says. But
Oh. Sorry, Vincent takes this opportunity to step in and because he's been listening, but now he steps in the room and shows him his bow, and shows him the glowy orbs and say, and he just kind of tries to persuade him that he's kind of a demigod as well, maybe, or he's at least more powerful than he actually is.
yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
As he's showing him the glowy orb.
Yep.
Because I was looking out the window, watching the trying to keep an eye on the guards. Because
casks.
because Vincent's thinking about making an escape or some sort
Okay.
of. But at this point, it came in here. What did I need?
Persuasion check. Persuasion. It could be deception. It's up to you, actually.
I think persuasion's funnier.
A shot. What a
Okay.
13.
He sort of looks at you, and he still senses something of a lack of honesty in your words. He goes, look, I own a bow like that, and to look like you lot, I suspect you're pretty strong. I don't think you're gods. Maybe you talk to a god. I don't know. All I know, this place is easy to steal from. And he makes the symbol of the two fingers right under his eyes once more, almost like a dragon's, like indicating almost like the dragon's snout or something. And he goes, my family and I have had good tidings here, and we can, I don't know, we're good enough. It's all good. The
Well, what
rats
if I
don't go
told
into the
you-
underworld.
What if I told you that this place is going to be gone soon? And then he says, wait, hold on. What do you mean underworld?
I mean, like, I go down into the sewers, and then I go into the Underdark, and the rats don't follow us into the Underdark.
Can you take us there?
Sure, at the end of this quarantine, I don't feel like getting caught by the Cask Silencio. We've lost one or two of our family in that way.
What do you think, boys? Should we travel through the Underdark rather than potentially getting accosted by rats along the road?
I think
What's the
that-
Underdark?
This guy can guide us, Riku
Does it know
says.
about it?
yeah.
So you would all know that the Underdark is there is a fully fleshed out set of lands theoretically underneath the surface of the world that the Drow come from, where Duragar live, which are effectively like evil dwarves, where deep gnomes are from, where myconids are from.
Yeah,
that's the Underdark.
It's like there's just like a cavernous like hollow below the surface.
It's got to play some.
The Underdark, essentially.
Gotta play some
Then
DG3.
yes, Vincent signs up for exploring the Underdark.
Upon hearing that, Vincent's all in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the
Upon
question
thinking about it,
is,
Vincent says, "I've never had a chance to do this. I've heard about it, but I would like to. It's a bucket list thing. So yeah, let's go."
yeah, the question
And
is, do we?
Riku's like, fear not about being able to see. I will be the light that guides us always.
I can't see shit. You guys gotta light it up for me.
Yeah, we can handle that between me and Sir Venom.
So do we wait the 4 days, or do we just like?
Or do we sneak out? It's 4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a sneak mission would be kind of fun.
I'm in
Yeah.
on a sneak mission.
We're
Can you
definitely
make us
staying the night.
invisible?
But the stakes would be high because fighting a bunch of guards would not be fun.
It would have to be a sneak mission, not a fight mission.
Yes, but the implication is if we get caught, we have to fight like basically endless amounts of guards.
Or escape.
Yeah.
All
we can
right.
take 'em.
So if we were to go to this Underdark place, Mr. Donk, and
Yeah,
we were to
where
do it
do we need
like
to get?
tomorrow-ish,
Or
what?
at the night under the cover of darkness.
And
Yeah.
we would pay you very well to be our guide. Or keep in mind that we are very strong. You would not be harmed.
He kind of looks at you
Oh,
all. You're fucking
he's
mad.
gonna
I
pay
mean,
us.
I guess I would try to do it because if you give me a lot of money, I'm not going to say no.
Well,
Oh,
what's
yes,
a lot
we
of
pay you
what's a,
handsomely.
calm down, Riku. What's a lot of money to you?
He squints at you. He looks you all over. Notices your magical items adorning your bodies. The bow that you had shown him, trying to claim that you were a god. 5,000
answer.
gold.
Cut it
Oh,
How about
We
500?
spare your. How about we spare your life?
No. Well, Riku's just like, no. Riku holds his hand out. He's like, we'll give you 500 gold.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
500.
God damn it.
500.
And he says to you, "Look, if I'm gonna do this could be the last job I ever do. So I might as well take a pay for it. That it is the last job I ever do. I'll go as low as 4,000 gold,
Ah,
but no further.
I think we got. Well, let's I get some counter offers here. All right.
How about
What is-
this?
and what is
Instead of
exactly
guiding
is
us
it
the whole
he
way,
works
what if you just get us to the Underdark?
If I just get you to the Underdark,
Yeah, we can figure it out from there.
3,500.
500, Riku says.
Uh,
Actually, no. How
You gotta
about
make some.
50?
God damn it, Riku.
What?
You He asked for 5,000. You say
he
500.
No,
like
now
looks
it's
at-
50.
he looks
Riku
up at-
says.
He looks up at you. He goes, "Do you even know how to negotiate?"
Goddamn. Look, we can get you.
Riku just says, Riku just command on him right now. He's gonna make him get on the floor, like in a. He's gonna make him go prone if he fails.
Grovel. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just roll for him. He rolled a natural 13, so 14.
Yeah. No. So wisdom 17. So. He's on the ground. Riku just steps above him and holds his sword to his neck and says, "You're lucky we don't just kill you. You're gonna show us the way. All right."
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
Vincent comes out here for a sec.
Okay. Fucking hell, it doesn't look like I have much choice, does it?
You're damn right it doesn't.
When are we doing this, tomorrow?
That's right. We're gonna keep a close eye on you until then.
Fine.
Yeah.
You had some balls asking for that much money, Riku says as he lets him up.
If I'm gonna lose my life, I might as well make it worthwhile. Don't you think that's the right thing to say?
We're not gonna kill you. We want you. We just want you to help, and we're gonna pay you well.
Axel,
You're just asking for a lot.
He kind of glares at you and goes, "You don't fucking get it, do you? I'm not worried about you assholes. You guys are jerks, but you're not super bloodthirsty or awful like the Cask Silencio can be."
Oh,
You just met us.
well, that's
This
a good
guy's
thing,
killed
Axel, that he
3
doesn't
guys
think we're
and thrown them in a
bloodthirsty.
sewer.
Yeah, Axel. Yeah, Riku's like, Axel, this is a good thing he doesn't think we're murderers and killers, even though I just threatened him with my sword.
Axel pulls out that bounty of 1.6 million bucks and shows it to Riku. It was like, a few grand isn't
Bet
gonna
that
be.
guy's in the Underdark, Riku says.
Yeah, because we're Axel shows that uses his hand to cover the amount of gold and shows it to the what is it called? The Donk. Shows Donk and it's like, yeah, if we can find this guy too, well, and we're under there in the Underdark, maybe we can cut you in.
Which one is that? The 100,000 one or
Runeman? The 1,650,000.
Gotcha.
Riku's like, listen, you're a scumbag, but we will pay you fairly. Just stop asking for crazy amounts, okay?
All right. Look, I'll how's this? I'll get you through the sewers to the edge of the Underdark. Then you leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You give me some money. We'll call it a day.
Fair.
Okay.
He puts out his little scaly hand.
Riku shakes begrudgingly.
Shakes back.
Doesn't like this guy.
He doesn't like you. You can see it in his eyes.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna go finish my food.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably
I
cold.
saw you were eating some raw meat.
What I eat's none of your business.
What did you got of meat is that?
Yeah, Riku's like, just keep an eye on him, all right, Axel?
What kind of meat is it? He ignores you and goes and sits down and is watching that you don't come over and
We're
continues
over
to
here
eat
eating
his
cabbage
food.
and bread, and you're eating meat.
Listen, the last time we saw someone order raw meat at a place, it was our buddy over there feeding this saber-toothed tiger.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
That
but
guy's a bit of an animal himself,
Yeah, whatever. He ain't going anywhere. We're on lockdown. If he, flushes
he's scared
himself,
of the guards.
he's gonna flush himself
Surprised that
down the
meat's
toilet
still
or something.
there. Frankly.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. We don't know how to get there, and he does. I don't want to keep, I don't want to lose track of him.
Well, he's stuck here for the next 4 days. Unless we take him out of here. So Vincent's gonna continue spying out the window.
Yeah.
Maybe a different window this time, because he's gonna try to gain some sort of tactical advantage, or figure out where they're looking, how they're looking, and plan an escape.
Make an insight check. Yeah, so you can see quite a number of guards in the street.
I like that.
In fact, there are so many that it's a little daunting. Um, they are everywhere, mostly running patrols in groups of 3. You can see. You suspect there are more down the side streets because you can't see down every side street, right? But there's just a lot.
Any sort of I'd be looking for like patterns or blind spots.
I'm gonna say the
Because
blind
we only got
spot.
to get to a sewer. We only got to get to like one sewer, so we just got to find
Yeah,
one short route and time it right. So that's what Vincent's be looking for.
yeah. Blind spots are few and far between, and just the sheer number of guards is a little overwhelming.
Rico was thinking that we could perhaps travel by rooftop.
How about can you make people invisible?
I can also do that.
And you
That's
can
all. That's also
also
an
you
option.
can also teleport us.
That's true, but I can't like do a whole group unless it's like a circle like that we already know about.
Okay.
Vincent, while you are watching out the window, because you're watching for quite a while, there is an instance where you hear shouting and screaming from somewhere down this street. And you can see several of the casks Silencio turn and look in that direction. And eventually you hear, "Run! Run!" And finally you see the casks Silencio all kind of stand back temporarily, draw their swords, and the man runs out into the street and then runs into them and they strike him down. And the blood splatters across the street.
Whoa. Plague makes them violent.
Someone tried to escape.
They sheath their blades once more and continue with their watch, ignoring his fallen body in the street. And they themselves are basically standing in a puddle of blood at this point.
And on this map, where are we?
You guys went down. You're actually at the end of the street, like right over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and so Vincent would at some point go ask the donk um
The dog.
where like the closest sewer entrance is, or does he know any secret close ones?
He sort of is
Or
thinking
how
as
does
you.
he get to where he goes? Where does he need to
Yeah.
get to?
Well, I was gonna take us back out the front door, or maybe one of the windows, to be honest. That broken window, for instance, over there, and I don't know. I was actually kind of hoping that like maybe you guys had something to make us invisible or make us fly or something, because the nearest entrance that I know, the only one that can fit the 4 of you guys any which way, and even then I think it's going to be a tight squeeze. I think it's on the other side of town. You can't make yourselves smaller, can you?
I am not capable of such things.
Sir
I
Venom
can
probably.
I can
Yeah,
I can do the invisible part and
Can we can we
flying
go
to
into
some
like
degree.
can we go into like bag of holdings of some sort, or one of the tents? Isn't there something that if we're in
Do you guys have the
any sort
portable
of,
hole?
I think so.
or do you have any spells that could make people small? Maybe we could
Um,
like fly over on what's his name, Stick or something, or on the bug.
I think the best option would be making us all invisible at this point.
Well, yeah, you have that, right?
Yeah, I could do that. That's within my capability.
Now, what do we know about these bad guys? Like, are they mad? Like, do they have like magical powers that invisibility could not work, possibly.
Potentially, we really don't know, to be honest.
Well, Vincent's bringing it up. Does anybody know? What do we know about these guys? Do they have any sort of magical powers? Or are they just
Who asked
like
Donk? It's like, do you think
You-
they could see us if we were invisible?
Yeah, Donk,
Uh,
tell us.
I don't know about that. I know that they can definitely see in the dark.
Okay. Yeah, well, I happen to notice they don't really have eyes, and I was tempted to flash my light upon their faces, but I knew that would get us in hot water, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that if I were you. I don't know. They just anytime they suspect that anyone inside a house seems to have the plague, they rip them out and kill them all.
That's fair.
Could
That's the best way to handle it, to be honest.
they're anti-plague.
Yeah.
that's putting it lightly.
Sir,
I think they're more pro killing.
Sir Venom, how does that telepathic ability you have work? Can we like communicate with Rictavio and Casimir? Like,
Donk goes, hold up. There's more of you.
Oh yeah.
They're at the other tavern.
look, I know your ears
You
are
made room
big,
for two.
Donk, but I know you could hear me from the other side of the room.
He goes back to eating his raw meat. Specifically makes like hard eye contact with you.
I wouldn't be able to. They have to be within 30 feet of me for that spell.
Okay.
But Rictavio does have, like we are connected with Ascending Stone.
Okay.
And I have sending as well.
So we always want to communicate with them what our plan is.
I don't want to leave them behind.
Yeah. Because we might have to leave them here. It's going to be awkward. We're going to have to leave them here and then come back and... Yeah.
I also
suppose-
I have a
suppose
couple
we'd have
of
to-
different like tunneling type spells between mold earth and stone shape.
Ooh.
Get the fuck out of here.
Idea. Okay, so tell me
Right
about...
through the ground.
Tell me
Right through the
about this, this like... So can you dig holes like just with your mind, basically, is that what you're telling me?
Yep.
All right. So we might be just okay.
Old people now?
Larry. Like-
oh yeah, you guys gonna help me clean this place up?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Change of plans, bud. Sorry.
So
Um,
how much?
He seemed-
If you had to put a number on this place, how much is it worth? This place worth? You think? Before we're not even gonna clean up. Before it cleaned up, all the cobwebs and shit everywhere.
As is.
Yeah.
Shit on the walls.
Yeah.
I mean,
As is price. We're looking to expand our casino.
to me, this place is worth everything. It's where I had my kids and my family before my
Oh
wife died.
God.
If you're able to put a number on that,
500
What would it be?
gold, as my friend would say.
No, I just I can't.
how's about 500?
No, you guys. Look,
Larry.
Can we go into the party room and talk?
Larry.
All right. He wants to go in the room. He wants to have
Yes.
his turn. Come on.
Step
Come
into
on, Larry.
Step into my office.
Close the door. Come over this. I don't want anyone listening.
Oh boy.
You got it, Larry.
Close
Anything
the door.
for you, bud.
Vincent and Sir Venom, do you both go in as well?
Yeah, now I'm curious. Yeah,
Sure.
Larry's a good guy. You want to hear this, probably.
yeah, I do.
Look, I can't leave. Like I literally cannot leave. I made a deal.
Okay.
With the devil.
I don't know. Look, I don't know what it is. It's I just know it is
Asmodeus again.
Laladioth. No, Asmodeus. I don't know what that is. No. This guy came in a dream one night. He's called
he whispered to you?
Laladioth. Kinda, yeah. And he basically said like I can't be taken outside the doors. I can't die. I can't pass on to another world, and I can't change the type of business this place is. I gotta always serve the customers. I'll never end up running out of food. There's always a bag of food that shows up every week out back. It used to be really high quality stuff, but now it's really pretty shit food, to be honest.
Riku
building-
would look at him and be like, "Would you say this might qualify as a curse?"
Oh, 100% it's a curse.
And then kind of sharply looks to Sir Venom.
Sorry,
think-
what?
I think perhaps we may be able to help you, my friend.
Look, I think it's a curse. I think it's a pact. But there's something else you don't understand. He's got my daughter.
Hmm. Whereabouts?
Well, I don't really know. She was in her room, and I stopped taking good care of the tavern. And when I stopped taking good care of the tavern one night, he took her away, and she just disappeared. There's a little photo back behind her crib in her room with a little like gnome man and woman next to her. I don't know. That's the only evidence I have that she was taken. I think she's gone, and I think it's Ladyeoth's doing because I wasn't doing everything to keep up the bar in the way I was supposed to.
The Lagioth, you say? You sure that's the name this guy goes by?
I mean, it's the one he gave me. It's the one he gave me when he made the deal with me.
All right. Sir Venom just kind of like sits down, cross-legged on the floor. Minor illusions up a couple of candles to make him look a little more mystical. He's like, all right, let's see what I can find out about this Lagioth character.
Riku points and says, "Ah, he's doing the thing."
And then I would cast Legend Lore
Oh shit. Okay.
and start speaking in tongues with Little Agioth and see if I can recall a brief summary of the significant lore about the Lagioth that may consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even some secret lore that has never been widely known.
Hey. Do you have incense worth 250 gold?
Let's see, do I? We're at the beginning of the session, were we in a town? Let's say?
Kind of, but it was all the shops were mostly closing. Um, I think you did buy it at one point in time. I
Yeah,
just
'cause
don't
one
know
of
if
the-
you've used the spell more than once.
No, this is I like forgot about the spell until you name dropped it last
Okay.
session.
Okay.
But one of the things I wanted to do was make sure that I had bought enough stuff to be able to cast it a few times.
I almost want to say that you bought it like 10 or more sessions ago, like a while ago. So we'll just say that you have it for this one, but we can do that when you're back in Waterdeep or Neverwinter.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I had a couple spell plans for this session that I may have just slept through. One of which
No, yeah.
involves a divine intervention and a spell for Axel.
What I would say is you probably would not have been able to get what you needed in the amount of time that you had. So I'm not sure it would have mattered so much in that instance.
Oh, so no legend lore?
No, you can cast Legend Lore on this one. You can cast
Okay.
it. What I will say about Laladioth. Gosh. It is a demon. No, sorry. It is a. Let me just find this. It is a devil, grotesque and cunning, one of the more cunning of the nine hells, that is adept at blackmailing mortals and selling their souls. It does this to obtain mortal soul coins, often very cheaply, and they act as infernal spy masters. They are typically presented as twisted perversions of the female form, standing 16 to 20 feet tall, very wide, large, with wings. Warty skin can be a mix of pink and green, and that they are more commonly known as Polarions.
Nice.
Okay. So like I'd pass all this information on to Larry and everyone else. I'd be like, you, my friend, seem to have made a deal with the devil.
Oh, is there any way you can help me?
I thought you were aware.
I mean, I don't know everything about all these sorts of things. I needed some money after my wife died, and it was just me and my daughter left, and I was just trying to do my best.
You gotta be more careful, Larry. It's like a pop-up ad. You gotta be careful, dog. Click.
And would we? I guess like how much knowledge would like I have about just devils and their contracts in particular? Is there like a signed contract that might exist somewhere?
Yeah, actually, there will almost assuredly be a signed contract retained somewhere within the Nine Hells. You know that by the sound of it, Larry's soul is in a soul coin, most likely, and that this bar is tethered to it in such a way where he cannot die. He has to stay here and serve the customers, and that his daughter has been taken as collateral to force him to do so.
Okay. Well, Larry, it looks like there's a way out of it, but it would not be easy. You'd have to somehow get down to one of the Nine Hells, find your contract, and gain possession of that, and also find the soul coin that houses your soul.
Oh, I don't, I don't,
And
how,
I don't
how
I
do
don't
I
even
do
know
that?
how to get to the Nine Hells.
Damn.
Maybe some
Not
type of
yet, Riku says.
some type of like high level teleportation or planar magic to get there.
Oh. He looks like really, like, just sort of disappointed, saddened.
Yep. Damn, Larry. You fucked up. But we can help you out. If you help us out,
How so?
well, we might need to dig a hole in your bar.
Dig a hole in my bar?
Uh-huh. We're gonna
Yeah, where's the
pull up
basement?
we're gonna pull up floorboard. Yeah, you got a basement? That might make this easier.
No, there's no basement. What are you planning to do?
Well, I'm just gonna need to pull up some of these floorboards, and then my friend Sir Venom here is going to use some magic to burrow into the ground.
And you're gonna tunnel your way out of here.
Uh-huh.
That's right.
I mean,
What's in here?
oh, where are you looking at? Sorry, let me come
I
back.
don't know.
Oh, so that is
Any of these
there's a
other rooms?
door. There's a door like right over here for that. And if you want to open that up, you can do so.
How about,
It's like
how about we make a trap door, boys, and then underneath the
Well,
trap
yeah,
door, we'll dig a
trying.
hole.
What I mean, I'm trying to find a good spot in this place. There might be like a
That looks
good
like brick.
room. Yeah.
Is
What's
there
this?
is there anywhere with a stone floor?
I mean, not that I know of. No, I
What over
mean,
here.
those are the bathrooms, and in fact, as you go over to them, there's a sign on the first one that you can see, and you open the door, and the smell is horrific because it has been clogged up for quite some time. In fact, there's the sign on the door says "pooper," and you can see that the toilet is definitely not in use. The second one is, however, an active toilet.
And I'm and over here. You should get that fixed.
Well, I mean, if you could dig a hole underneath a lot of that, we could use it again.
Yeah, we're not digging into
Yeah,
shit.
Venom, get on that.
Um,
Ooh, look at this place.
this room, in
You want
particular,
to dig underneath poop?
This place looks nice.
this is the guest lounge. Oddly comfortable lounge, features more lax furniture, a bit more damaged. Fireplace at the far end of the building with a large family portrait overhead of 3 boys, a man and a woman, and a daughter. Um, 2 dusty side tables have vases on them, one of which is broken. A small crate with a deck of cards, 2 simple reading books, children's toys sit in a corner. Above is a collage of children's drawings, mostly depicting Larry with a young boy going on adventures.
Hang Larry.
And this room, is that a like brick stone type floor?
It is.
Okay, that we could use.
You make it look pretty. Make a nice little entrance portal.
Yeah, I can make a little trap door.
And Larry's like,
Like,
honestly, for all I care, you could just dig here in the party room.
We'll pull up some. Pull out crowbar, pull up some of the floorboards, and at least see what's underneath the wood.
Yeah. You do so with ease. There is simultaneously dirt, but underneath the dirt there is some sort of rock. You suspect that there's like a stone foundation of some sort here.
Okay, so leave it up to Sir Venom. This is gonna be his thing if he wants to. Yeah.
I guess I crack my fingers and like we clear the dirt away to get to the the stone foundation, and then I would touch the stone foundation and cast stone shape to try to make like a trap door in the foundation.
Okay. You can do that. That is not an issue. There's a big stone trapdoor there now.
And
Takes
then
you however long.
yeah, I would open up that trap door and see like what was under the foundation.
More stone.
Yeah. Let's get Donk in here.
Because the mold earth, if we're working with just like loose earth dirt, I can use mold earth on it, which is just a cantrip. But anything, if it's like just straight stone, that requires a 4th level slot, and I can only do 5 feet at a time.
Gotcha. I mean,
Yeah,
so far as you
cool.
can tell in this area in particular, it seems that it's like solid rock underneath this portion of the building.
I think I know what you're saying. You want us to dig near the toilets?
To get to the sewers.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, we're on like the opposite end of the house from the sewer. Fuck.
But also, wasn't Donk or Gronk or whatever saying that the only parts of the sewer that we would even fit in are on the other side of the town?
That's for the
But
entrance,
No, to
maybe?
get into, but if you
Yeah.
can get us into them by digging down,
the only
that's what we're
ones that
trying to do.
he knows of.
Okay.
Vincent would go over to the bathrooms and can see how far prestidigitation can go with the smell
He can
and
shape the stone like we could alter the shape of the fucking things we're crawling in, you know?
no, he can do anything. That's what we're trying to tell him. But prestidigitation, can I clean up some smell and some fecal matter? Is it actually
Shit.
clean up stuff, or is it
Cleaning up
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
poop.
It is.
Super
Prestidigitation actually like shines the surfaces a bit, and it like slops any mess into a bucket nearby as you would like. The smell is hard to mask even with the cleaning, but you wouldn't eat off the surface, but it looks a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, so I would do that and then tell Sir Venom to do his thing here.
I mean, we just
Yeah.
go in the good toilet and just fuck that one up.
This would you could fix this one and
All
clog
right.
it.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way,
Well,
like anything.
you know, Sir Venom would rely on Vincent and Riku and their prestidigitation to keep things clean, poop free, and smelling of roses.
Yeah, we keep it clean here.
All right.
And then have like Axel pry up some of the floorboards to see I guess look if there's like plumbing set up, see if we can figure out like which direction like the sewer would be from here.
Yeah. So you can see as you begin to remove some of the excrement and clean it up and sort of like blast your way down with the mold earth, you can see that there is a large sewer hole that you could fit through if you were crawling down at the bottom of what is basically just a drop toilet that has become very, very heavily clogged. And as you clean it out, you realize that it's become heavily clogged for a reason. There are dozens, no, there are hundreds of dead rats at the bottom of this toilet.
Oh, someone's just flushing rats down the toilet.
Well, that's ominous. Aren't rats like the curse or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, we could head this way, boys, but it might be a little risky. We might run into some not dead rats that will try to eat us.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I guess should we like burn away the rats? Clear up some space, but then like the smoke might give us away.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I guess would I be able to use like shape stone and mold earth to like create space down there to like deposit all the dead rats in to like unclog and make room for us to get through?
You probably can't use those spells, is what I would say, because it is literally like the bodies, and it's like crushed and mangled and impacted into the sewer pipe itself, like these dead rats are, in such a way that it was blocking the water flow, or the excrement flow, I should say. So you have cleared out enough to be able to climb down to stand tightly, narrowly in the space below the drop toilet. But the sewer area itself, the pipe, is impacted and blocked by this like massive giant wad of dead rats.
Well, I mean, like,
So
can I like clear space like around us so we can like physically like remove the dead bodies?
yeah, it's
Like not use the
like,
magic to move them, but just like make space so that we can like reach forward and like use our weapons to like knock them off and then just like move the dead bodies away like
gotcha.
manually.
So it's basically like a 10-foot drop with stone walls around it, down to a murky, excrement filled, knee deep pool. And in that pool, that little cavern there has like stone and, I wouldn't say dirt, but like clay or something. So you could try to make that space bigger to then put the dead bodies of rats in, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, you could try to do that.
All right. So yeah, I would do that.
To
And
do
then,
that successfully, I would say, let me just check. Is it mold earth?
yeah, either mold earth or stone shape, depending on. It sounds like it'd probably be stone shape because you said it was like stone walls.
Well, there's enough clay down there to be able to use mold earth to like dig away at.
Okay.
Yeah, you could use mold earth if you so wished.
All right. Yeah. That's a cantrip, so I would definitely want to use that.
Okay. What I would say though is, as you have to get down in there to be able to see it appropriately, because it has to be that you can see within range, and you can't see well enough from the top.
All right. And there's only room for one person down there.
Probably at first.
All right. Well, I plug my nose and I drop down.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, a 10.
Okay. Um,
You know what? Session inspiration.
okay.
We're running out of time. 22.
All right. You do not contract the gnawing plague. You do drop down into this latrine, and you do see that one half of the walls on one side are made out of clay and not stone. If there's a specific area you would like to target, I would ask that you make an intelligence check to see the best area. And depending on that, we'll see where we get.
Would I be able to use like a perception check to like perceive the best area that would like not cave in like if I cleared space out?
I'm going to say the best you could do is make an investigation.
Dirty 20.
Okay, that's good enough. You can find a spot where you can carve well enough with the mold earth to ensure that you don't cause a cave in of shit on top of your head.
Sweet. Okay, I would do that and then climb back out and ask Vincent to clean me up a little bit with his magic
Okay.
because I'm covered in poops.
Do you oblige, Vincent?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once I'm clean, like turn to the party, be like, all right, there's space down there for someone strong enough to start like cleaning out all those impacted dead bodies. But we got to be careful. I got a strong whiff of disease and stuff down there. We definitely don't want to catch anything from these rats.
Hey, rats.
All right.
And we still like I have some magical ability to get rid of disease and everything, but depending on this gnawing plague, we don't know for sure if I'd be able to cure it or fix it. So we should be careful.
All right.
Was careful.
So at least we know I feel like that's a good plan. Just to just go in there, enter the sewer through here instead of having to go outside. So all we need to do for tonight is contact whoever has the sending stone. So like
I
contact
think Sir Venom has it.
yeah, contact the boys, let them know what we're doing, and then we can flip it to daytime and then go sewering.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Ooh, and also, while Axel's there, before I forget, I'd want to, like motion to his cool new ruby eye, and mention like, I've been thinking if you want, I can, I know some magic that can, basically just turn that into a flaming ruby eye. The flame wouldn't hurt you at all or cause any heat, but it would look pretty cool.
A flaming eye.
Yeah, it would basically be on fire and like spouting flames, but it would just be for aesthetics. It would just look on fire, not actually.
So it wouldn't actually
In the-
burn it.
burn
So
in
if
the
I
ruby.
put
Yeah,
like an eye patch, would it burn like another eye patch? Because it would be cool if like I wanted to intimidate somebody, like I
It
have the
wouldn't
eye
burn
patch, and then
Wouldn't burn the eye
boom,
patch.
just lift
yeah,
up an
no, it
eye
wouldn't.
patch and okay, yeah,
It
I
would
mean that's cool, I guess. Yeah.
and then I guess this is probably up to the DM. I wanted to use divine intervention to see if I could modify continual flame, and give Axel like control over it, so he could like turn it on or off, or like make it flare in something cool, or like change colors or something, just to give it a little more RP flavor.
Continual flame is a spell.
Yeah.
I would let you give it some level of Raven Queen themed roleplay flavor in particular.
Ooh, it's like
On and off
purple.
feels like a little bit too much.
Okay.
But maybe he could like like for intimidation checks, he could make it like flare brighter, or like
Yeah, that'd be fine.
just give it just for just for a little bit of fun.
Yeah. It's the mechanical side of things that I don't want to like beef up in any way. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So if my roll is equal to or less than 12, so let's roll a d100, and no.
58.
All right, but your ruby eyeball is now on fire.
Okay. Fire eye. Okay. Yeah.
And I bet we can find like leather or something that we can make you a new eye patch.
Yeah, for now I'd probably just like get a
like a
strip of cloth or something.
improvised. Yeah.
You
Like
could always
one-
just like, do you still have the eyelid? Like, are you able to close your eye, or is it just like a gaping hole?
I want to say it's a gaping hole. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I was like, oh, the eyelid.
Well, I mean, you
Badass.
said you just shoved a gem in it, and now
Yeah.
it's a gem that has a flame and illuminating
Yeah.
it, which looks
Okay.
cool as hell.
Yeah. So it's just a socket.
And also, it does equivalent in brightness to a torch, so it'll light up dark areas for you too.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It's kind of revealing if you're trying to hide. That's why
Yeah,
the
I
patch
would
is clutch.
probably wear it as like a Rambo style bandana, and then when I need to cover up the flaming eye, then I can just pop it down on one side and not be sticking out in dark. But yeah,
Go.
let's clear the flip to daytime. I'm curious to this shit tunnel we're working on.
Okay. You guys would like to?
Shit ton.
Yeah.
You'd like to pass the night?
Yeah, and then Sir Venom would communicate with Rictavio, let him know, and then
Okay.
then we'll flip it.
One of the plan, yeah. Maybe we could like tunnel to his inn and like tunnel up into their bathroom or their floor or something, and get him that way.
Ooh, that might.
If we have a map and can like kind of plot it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Only issue there is if there's people on that side that are like, you know.
Actively pooping when we like pop up.
No, I was thinking like that are like for the police or whatever. Like, pro cops that are gonna be like, there's someone digging,
Someone wearing like a thin blue line fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
I think it would be a thin, like silver line, just
Yeah.
because their armor.
Either
is
way,
one- yeah.
let's do this.
And also, when
Okay.
I talk to Octavio, I'd want to because remember one of the things you mentioned was to find out more about like the deity that powers Rictavio's like divine magic. I want to get a name or a figure or something to kind of dial in a casting of legend lore to find out more about him.
Okay.
Or would I just like cast that on Rictavio? Like, and have
I would-
Rictavio be like the person like cast it on like about.
You could do either. What is it? Start with talking to Rictavio. What do you want to ask Rictavio or tell Rictavio?
So I guess tell him that we have a plan to break into the town's sewer system to escape the quarantine.
So that's like 15 words, I think.
Oh right, yeah. So there's a limit.
25, I believe.
Well, we can always have Riku recast sending if we hit the limit.
It's like a 2-part text message.
Yeah, so I guess maybe have Riku cast sending to tell him about the plan, and then I'll use my sending to ask him more about his powers and ask him if there's any like
Just volunteering me spells.
What
Yeah,
about
dude,
the
I've been casting
It-
spells like crazy.
I
And we're
really
about
don't
to,
care.
We're
It's
about to
fine.
sleep.
and we're gonna
so-
long rest probably soon.
I really don't care.
And then I'd use my sending to ask him if if there's any type of like proper noun, like a name or a a temple or something that he can think of in relation to his divine magic.
Okay, so in terms of the question that you ask him, he does say, well, it's funny. I sometimes get this image in my head. And it's like a serpent eating its tail.
Serpent eating its tail. Is that like an Ouroboros? Is that what that's called?
Yes, that is exactly right.
Would Sir Venom, based on his, being a cleric and exposed to all the memories in the Shadowfell and Raven Queen, would he be aware of what an Ouroboros is? And know that like
Yes,
Ouroboros is the name of that?
yes, you would.
Okay. Then I guess I would I'd cast Legend Lore on the Ouroboros.
Okay.
And I don't know if I can like fine tune it into like as far as like Ouroboros in regards to Rictavio.
I would say no. In this instance, I would say you're gonna have to limit it to just Ouroboros. Um, let me check something.
And we flipped to morning, right? So like basically a long rest.
We can, if that's what you would like to do.
Yeah, if it's the next morning, might as well.
Yeah, we can do that, and then we'll also do Riku's message, and then I think we'll probably end it there for the evening by the looks of it, just because it's almost 10 p.m. So the Ouroboros is typically sometimes referenced in ancient texts about the primordial gods. Let me just double check something. You know that the name Dendar the Night Serpent supposedly swallowed the sun, giving way to the Shadow Epic. And that was the end of the Blue Age. And that this caused a great battle during this time between the primordials and the elder gods. And the elder gods were specifically led by Ouroboros, the world serpent. This is all, I want to say, you don't even know how many tens of thousands of years ago in the mythological sort of like background lore of the world, because it's sort of glossed over in any sort of religious texts because it's mostly lost to time. That these things are generally talked about elsewhere and not on the material plane. And the snippets that you've gathered and the snippets that can be gathered through even things like legend lore are rare. But that you know that the world serpent split off an aspect of itself during this time to retain its existence after some of these battles when it seemed that its time was coming to an end. And whatever aspect exists today exists in some other form.
Well, I guess now we know a little bit more about the possibly where Rictavio's magic comes from. An ancient primordial elder god that's been around for tens of thousands of years.
Riku, is there anything that in particular you would like to say to Rictavio during your sending to him? About your plan? Anything?
Well, just keep it brief and to the point. Just everything planning.
Okay. Looking to tunnel, trying to make it over there so you can shorten the quarantine time, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make sure to wear gloves because we're going to be digging through poop.
Gotcha. He sends a message back and he says, learning strange stories. Folks know about the Order of the Gauntlet from years ago. Or at least one person does. A kobold here. Goes by the name of Donk.
Donk.
Another donk.
It's everywhere. Gee.
See you soon. That's his like return message to you.
Fucking donkance around, like you said.
I mean, he did say there were multiple donks.
I know.
On that note, I
We're-
think we'll end
we're
it
in on
here
another show.
for tonight, and pick it up next week if everybody's good.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Sounds like I got some sewers to prepare.